Sarge is ready for some tank blasting action with today's game, Tanks But No Tanks. What a great name. So let's go ahead and take Tanks But No Tanks. Let's pop it in my Atari 7800 Pro system and see how it holds up today. Let's go to the game. Tanks But No Tanks was published by ZiMag and carries a copyright year of 1983. The game has also been released by other companies under various names, including Phantom Tank. Panda also released a game named Tank Brigade in the US that plays like an early prototype of this game. The manual opens with the following: Defender of the Outpost. As the low defender of the last remaining outpost, you are under attack by an overwhelming force of mysterious phantom tanks that disappear and reappear at will while destroying all that stands in their way. Your vital mission is no simple task. Defend the outpost and destroy the enemy as they advance relentlessly through your defense mazes. Only brilliant strategy perfectly executed can save you and the free world. Wow, no pressure there. Let's see, the phantom tanks disappear and reappear at will. I guess they have a lot of flicker then. Tanks But No Tanks is a tank action game for 1 or 2 players alternating. It has 2 modes of difficulty, an easy version and a more difficult version. In the game, you use a joystick to move your tank and the button to fire, but you can only have 1 shot on screen at a time. The game plays like a single player version of combat with added enemies and obstacles. The goal of each screen is to shoot and destroy 20 enemy tanks while protecting your base on the bottom of the screen, which looks kind of like an Aztec pyramid. If an enemy tank shoots or runs into your base, your game is over, even if you have lives left. Each screen starts with a group of 4 or 5 enemy tanks. Each time an enemy tank is destroyed, if any are left in reserve for the enemy, another takes its place. A counter on the bottom of the screen lets you know how many enemy tanks remain for that screen. There are 3 main screens. The first screen is set up like a maze. The second screen has a large barrier in the middle, and the third screen is almost completely wide open. Beating the third screen is quite a challenge, but if you're able to do so, the game will loop you back to the second. Scoring wise, you get 100 points for destroying each tank, unless you take out one by crashing into it while losing one of your lives. This will get you 200 points, and according to the manual, the low sanity medal. The game also gives you ratings based on your score. If you score at least 1,500 points in the easy game or 1,200 points in the hard game, you earn an average rating. But if you score at least 4,000 points in the easy game or 3,500 points in the hard game, you are excellent, and Bill and Ted would be proud. Graphically speaking, this game isn't all that great, with a lot of flickering and tanks that almost look more like a tumbler Batmobile than actual tanks themselves. Sound and music wise, you just have some basic sounds with an explosion sound that some might find annoying. Family friendly wise, the game would most likely get an E for everyone rating if it was released today. At the time I researched on eBay including shipping, copies were pretty scarce. 1 loose copy sold for $19, another loose copy sold for $40, and 1 complete copy sold for $47. So what do I think of Tanks But No Tanks? While I like the punny name, I thought the game was more of a middle-of-the-road title. It controls well, and I like the first level most of all, but I did get caught up on corners at times. There's also a lot of flicker, and sometimes my bullets pass right through the enemy tanks, most likely due to the flicker. I guess that's why they call them phantom tanks. And the 1 bullet rule really stinks when you have to wait for your bullet to go from one end of the screen all the way to the other to fire again. It is a game I could play again, but most likely won't. So where am I going to rank Tanks But No Tanks? I'm looking in the 120s. I do like Taz more at 121, but I will put this over Solar Storm at 122. So out of the 165 games I've now ranked on the Atari 2600, Tanks But No Tanks is parking in the 122 position. Tanks But No Tanks has some problems, but is a playable and challenging title for the 2600. And it has one of the best names for a 2600 game. At least that's what I think. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Also, please click like and subscribe, follow me on Facebook and Twitter, and check out some of my many other videos covering retro video games, toys, mini arcades, plug and plays, and more. At this time, I'd like to thank Joe T for supporting the show on Patreon. Thank you, Joe. You too can help support the show, gain access to exclusive content, and be able to vote on future games I review by signing up at patreon.com/NoSwearGamer. Thank you for giving me a little part of your day, and I look forward to seeing you next time on the next episode of the No Swear Gamer. Take care and be sure to protect those Aztec pyramids from enemy Batmobile tumblers.